It's never to say it's the final word. It's just one position based upon a lot of experiences and etc. As well as the spirits on the other side of life, that to me. Understand this as the demands of reality. We recognize that reality is not simply another theology. It goes even further. It sheds light on the view that the kingdom of Jehovah is established within us with grace. Measure is done. Good work. I want their presence. Truly ensure its continuation for generation else. The five spheres, something authenticity, intention, integrity, resurrection, and even attention is supported to the sin. It culminates in care for the hungry children to a spirituality and great spirit, which the youth pagan public people village, which is registered model does. In other words, youth haven, what is spirituality to UFK is ethics to YPE, Youth Public Village. The Youth Haven Public Eco Village will spiritualize what is taught in the OAHSPE. Is more than a child will create within our faith is strength. It is a social expression of philosophies, highly ethics, for intergenerational development to raise hurt so that their minds continue to expand from one generation to the next. The grand thesis. Women are capable of rescuing others. Verse 11. And so, we call the adolescents by relation. At the core is passive, which is critical self. These are some of the examples I skills. So that happens. Well, authentic good works is not good works, but authentic works. And continue to become Communities can not only rise above spiritual grace of the individuals, the character of their leaders. The nation reflects the collective virtues and vices of its citizens. Likewise, the heavenly kingdoms described throughout OAHSPE are themselves expression of the spiritual grace attained by those high measureless civilizations. Just as spiritual grace describe the inward development of individuals, they also characterize communities, institutions, governments, heavenly kingdoms. A congregation devoted to compassion, cooperation, wisdom, and service occupies a higher spiritual condition than one governed by pride, domination, and selfish ambition. The same principle applies to organizations, cities, nations, and vast heavenly societies described throughout OAHSPE. Everywhere throughout the creation, character determines grade. Yes, sir. Yeah, unmute. Sarah Sue, you got to unmute. Sarah, you got to unmute.
I wasn't on the page to unmute. My question is, where are you? I'm trying to follow you and I can't find where you are on the page.
I am, okay, I'm at the beginning. So it's at the very beginning. We should have the first heading is the avenues for spiritual grace, expanding to good works.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Okay, I read that. And then the next major heading is the grand thesis.
Uh-huh.
I finished reading that one. And now we're up to
Introduction?
introduction, not quite. I got one more paragraph to go.
Okay. I'm with you now. Thank you.
Okay, sure. If every generation inherits the spiritual condition created by those who came before it, then preparing the minds of the young becomes one of humanity's highest responsibilities. Every child educated in compassion strengthens the future spiritual grace of civilization. Every vulnerable child restored to a sense of belonging increases society's future capacity to serve others. Every life shaped by wisdom contributes not only to personal advancement, but to gradual elevation of the communities and the heavenly societies that future generations will inhabit. Thus, the care of children is never merely social work. It is civilization building. It is resurrection made visible. Comment, questions before we turn to a reader?
I have a comment about that because this is the part that spoke to me, and starting with the children that have not been tainted. The problem is that once they have been tainted by society, it's very hard to get them back because there are things we would have to do. And so the idea to create a new society that is all those things that you say that it should be, you have to start from a child that has not been tainted. And I know it. Can do this. That's not our purpose. I like to teach my own daughter, and I taught a little bit afterward at the Waldorf school. They are not allowed to watch TV because it taints them. They are so that, And everything they do in society today, it takes them. Because even the cartoons are sinister, the pictures are sinister, everything they see is sinister. And before the age of, by the age of 6 to 7, everything, they're not even in their conscious mind yet. They're only in their subconscious mind, and they are reporting everything in their environment. Once it's reported, it can't get unreported. You can't go to a cassette player and yell, edit. You have to go back to where those first tracks were first laid and lay over them to get rid of them. It's not as easy as talk therapy or just loving them or teaching them the right versus the wrong. It's something I don't know that we're prepared to do as therapists, but to start with the young that have not been tainted, to create a new society. That, I think, is our purpose. I think that's what it was saying in OAHSPE originally. At least that's what I got out of it.
Okay. I had a concept that I tried to follow. I had it just in mind. And I call it the sacred wheel of Jehovah. And just imagine a wheel, and the wheel got spokes. And every spoke represents a particular type of point of view that's honoring the creator, a particular type of program or services that honors the creator, and a particular type of approach. But it's all there, honoring the creator. And the creator's day is 3,000 years. Our day is 24 hours. So we have to go really slow to build up. Fortunately for me, I just particularly say, I was in a lot of good programs that started the anti-poverty era under President Johnson. And I had some very good mentors throughout my life, hearing me for a particular purpose. I have to thank you, Sarah Sue, for your comment that we had our exchange. Because what I did was that, it's going to make sense in a moment. What I did was that I went back into my memory and started looking at the policies governing the policy. Shalom now. It's not, to me, it's my personal opinion, it's not realistic to start a program with work together, pay the salary, they can have their own children either through adoption or through procreation and live in the same community. That to me is the beginning of Shalom. And when there are issues in society where society is overwhelmed by the children, which you know, get into, then it will become sadly easier to think. For mine, I'm not a social worker. I'm more into youth development and child development. To think that we can start this now is not, to me, realistic. There are many organizations that have done a lot of good works in society, from Head Start to Job Corps, to daycare, to schools, to boarding schools, to Waldorf schools, Quaker schools. There are a lot of model programs out there that take in children and children maybe. At least in my experience, in the programs that I have developed and the grants that I've written, we have turned around children who has some really serious traumatic experience. It's not impossible. We cannot forget to really see the creator within souls of truth. Okay? So uh, I can respect anyone's point of view, but at the same time, to do something that is progressive, something that honors the creator, something that is alive, services to children in this need, and create them to philosophy is very clear on these points, which will come through in this particular presentation. We do with um, you're going to have excellent staff. But in my point of view, just what I've been thinking through, if we have faith that's living together, and they have their own children to raise, and we begin to bring in other children to adoption, that's the way to go. But we first need to have stability that can secure future generations. I have a great grandchild, so that's 3 generations from where I stand. And to me, that's the way to move forward. I think Sarah Sue has a point.
May I add to that in the original OAHSPE, where what it says is to parents, usually mothers, single mothers, so they are bringing in their own children. They are, back then they didn't have a lot of single parents, so prediction being in the future, look at how many single parents. I myself was a single mom for a while. And it's certainly my daughter was born, she would have qualified perfect. And if we were just to follow the OAHSPE, what you're saying is very minimal. But if you were just to follow the OAHSPE, it was very specific about parents bringing newborn babies to live in father.
We can agree to disagree. And it works and we find really Oxford. I grew up with Peter that actually worked. I grew up on Western Avenue, South Bronx. And there was phone call. I could see. Now, I went to see the Head Start program. I was a contract manager. I talked about because of their treatment and because of their unique religious papers. And they were able, there was something to do in the middle of a war zone. It was amazing. They interjected spirituality in their program with this was controlled and were also in this inside and state children in excellent services. Nobody heard of that's effective. We are having a long discussion. It works. not specific type of good works, but just good works.
I agree, and I agree, right. I'm only talking about the actual, OAHSPE community. Which is different. And I get that, and I
Put it probably 200-300 years from now.
repeated invitations to be done. That generations for lives of wisdom. The practical orientation raises an important question. For educate the young, protect the natural world, and build compassionate communities and relationships spiritual grades and good works. These two teach a profoundly different vision of spiritual life. It teaches that every individual is continually becoming something through thought, character, and action. Spiritual advancement is therefore not bestowed by the creed, nor rather consequence of what the soul, or clearly what a person is becoming. Good works remain essential, yet they are not viewed as entries in a heavenly accounting system. Instead, they are outward expression perspective. It is helpful to recall speaking human transformation begins with against external enemies, but angels that arise within us. Every person continually chooses whether to strengthen the higher qualities of character or surrender to self-domination, fear, and other inherited tendencies that hinder spiritual growth. The good fight Spiritual growth is organic rather than judicial. Souls naturally gravitate toward the environments corresponding to their actual degree of development. Heaven is therefore not simply a destination, it is the outward expression of an inward condition. A soul rises because it has acquired the capacity to dwell within higher atmosphere of wisdom, compassion, and service. Likewise, it remains bound to lower conditions whenever selfishness, fear, pride, or attachment continues to dominate its inner life. The purpose of this manuscript is to appearance or religious identity. Good works remain indispensable, not because they accumulate merit, but because they participate in the soul's continual becoming. Throughout this discussion, we shall examine intention, integrity, and the nature of the soul itself, seeking to understand it was so well written, really. It was just beautifully written.
Oh, thank you.
I think I get it.
Okay, all right. Well, then we move on. Okay, Jane, can you read spiritual grades? And let's start at the works. We don't try to count.
Okay.
Jane, thank you.
Okay. Spiritual grace, the measure of the soul. Report. The congregation, and they shall have volunteers which shall go about seeking out the helpless and distressed. They shall promise holy book of judgment and spiritual grace. Many people mistakenly think of spiritual advancement as something granted by the external authorities, a reward bestowed for correct belief, faithful observance, or moral behavior. Within this framework, heaven becomes for entry. OAHSPE presents a remarkably different understanding. It teaches that spiritual grace are not rewards conferred by the Creator, but natural conditions that correspond to the actual development of the soul. This distinction changes everything. Related to wisdom, compassion, integrity, and capacity help clarify this principle. A university does not admit the students into advanced mathematics
Previous learning provides a capacity for more advanced programs is therefore developmental rather than both advanced because they have quite a legal requirement for satisfying external authority.
Hey Siri,
For this
call
reason,
Chuck.
spiritual grace they are described as natural laws. So the spiritual maturity. The young tree cannot be buried. It's a journey.
Hey Chuck, how you doing?
All right, how you likewise?
Doing good. Do me a favor, would you? Come on my channel and communicate with me on the audio. I'm broadcasting the Wednesday night Bible study.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to hang up and look for you.
Resurrection is not it is the continual. Very nature has been transformed to life of faith occur and continual growth. From this perspective, spiritual grace becomes profoundly practical. They are not abstract theological concepts reserved for discussions of the afterlife. Every decision made today contributes to more spiritual conditions. Every conversation, every temptation, every act of generosity are continually being formed because the soul itself is continually becoming. This understanding naturally leads us to reconsider the meaning of good work. If spiritual grace measures what the soul has become, then good works do not simply be counted or accumulated. But our philosophy's most profound insight, the value of the good work separated from the intention that gives it life. During the position of the form, staying with us. Once we understand them, the focus of spiritual life shifts dramatically. Less concerned with appearing righteous and become less spiritual maturity is of public recognition. So
Yeah.
often unseen,
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that, but I'm trying to figure the bugs out, and it keeps coming off and on. Yeah,
If the highest
like that,
purpose
and
transformation of character,
I gotta figure out something on this, and make sure you
then
are
one must ask if
and you two are incompatible, but you do
what
something.
distinguishes
And I can figure it out.
authentic service from performance.
Let me,
The answer was not in overt acts, but in the intention.
yeah.
Authenticity, integrity, and give the action
Can you hear the sound now?
spiritual significance.
Yeah, I hear my radio or something.
I hope we'll find, can you put a fireworks out there?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're reading this very well. And
So it's a delay.
Well,
I need something.
one to be good.
Okay, so
running with it.
now just
And most key,
Okay,
but she told us about the ratio.
now they're back on.
okay. These,
Then, you know,
The lady,
cable.
lady, and then
Anybody else give any personal or social?
okay, he muted.
Yes,
All right, well, don't worry about it. I'm just trying to, I have a little work to do on my end to make this work. I think the problem is really,
All of that.
have to figure it out, yeah. So, like I said,
You know, our instructions.
yeah, if you hear me do straight yard, or you hear me on YouTube. Okay. So, hold on, so.
Hey.
Said,
Chapter 28, verse 8.
wait, before you go upstairs.
all right, so, yeah, I'm back on YouTube.
As you can see, these as you can curve,